Scott Pomeglat. Yes, people, we're here again for another 620 podcast. Obviously, we normally meet on a Monday, but the gang can only get together on Tuesday. Got Matt just joining us now. What are you saying, Matt? Can you hear us now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited, my guy. All right. So obviously, we're back again with Ron as well. He's new member to the team. Love for the help, and hopefully, will help us grow the page, get out there. Obviously, as I probably told you guys before, I'm a big fan of the big six with Turkish and them man, Cams and them man. Unfortunately, Turkish he's been off for a couple sessions due to losing his nan. So condolences to him and his family still, and hope everything you know is obviously at this time is gonna be hard, but hope everything goes smoothly. But yeah, obviously January 31st, bear to talk about, especially from both of us, or all of us, sorry, because we've all been active. I think the last thing I seen was that Sabitzer thing. I don't know if that loan came through. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
been
that's done.
has it been like what fully gone through now?
I think so.
Is he in
Yeah,
manner?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that one came out of nowhere though, but I think that's a good addition. Cause the midfield, not necessarily the cam, but someone to partner Casemiro. I didn't. Yeah, McTominay is not it, and Fred has one good game in five. So I hear that. We'll see how it pans out. Obviously, I hope he flops, but we'll see how it pans out. But yeah, man, there's the hella stuff to talk about this transfer window. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the start because I think we'll do it like this year. We'll talk about the flops, the surprises, and the good additions. That's how we start it.
Mm.
So I'm gonna say my flop of the window so far, and I think that's Gakpo still. And I remember saying to Matt from time, listen, the Gakpo signing is gonna flop still because he's not. He was doing a little 2-2 movements in the Dutch league, but that's nothing compared to the Prem, man. The Prem's different, man. The Prem is so different. So that's my flop of the window. What about you, Ryan? What's your flop of the window?
Oh, I've got to have some time to think. I think I don't even know. This is quite hard. This is quite a hard one. Um, Matt, do you have one? Do you have one in mind straight away? Because I have to think about this.
Well,
Liv-
obviously it's been like how many weeks? So I mean, Gakpo obviously came at the beginning, so I guess he's had a couple of games. But with a lot of the other signings, they haven't had. I mean, so far it would have to be Joao Felix, even though he hasn't. Even though I don't think he will flop, it has to be him so far now because I mean, your debut game, you're playing well, and then you get a red card, and you get an automatic 3 game suspension. That has to be one of the worst debuts, sort of ever, bro. So even though I don't think he will, and he's a player that I like, I think he will. When he comes back, he will improve Chelsea. But for now, though, if we're speaking just what we've seen from them so far, it will have to be him, unfortunately.
I,
I
I'm,
hear that.
I'm have to agree with you and go Gakpo as well. I think he might be the worst signing as well because I feel like they spent a lot of money on things they didn't need. They needed a midfielder and they watched just strike. Is he a striker? Is he a cam? Is he a right winger, left winger? Don't know what position he plays, and I think they didn't fill the holes they need to, and that's what you meant to do in the January window. You meant to fill holes that you have to push on to the rest of the season, and they did. They made a wrong move, and now they're saying they're broke as well. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. So, but realistically, though, we said this, man. The left they didn't need to fill in that left way, and then they're playing him up front anyway, and he's not been looking good there either. And obviously, I know Nunes had that little knock. There's been a couple debates as to why would you not try to put Salah down the middle, but fam, he's equally ineffective in my opinion. I've seen Salah play down that middle a few times, and yeah, man, it's looking like them man should have signed Workhorse really. they, 'Cause they needing someone in that nine right now. How do you man know how long the Firmino injury is? Because bro, I ain't seen him in time. Man's in the favelas or something. I ain't seen him in a minute.
The weirdest thing with it is obviously you didn't go to the World Cup, and then the players that didn't go to the World Cup for their respective clubs, they ended up playing like some nothing friendlies all over the place and stuff. So I think he might have got
Mm.
injured in one of those, but I don't know what happened to him because he's never in the team sheet. and he hasn't been since then. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Well, Junior, what are you saying? Yeah, no, this I think is a bit of a concern for Liverpool fans right now. Especially we'll talk about the FA Cup in a bit, but we saw their exit. My guy Matoma, man, yo, man's making Gomez twerk, bro. Listen, that's the second time in a row Gomez has got duppied by in the box. Welbeck did the same thing to him, Yo, allow it, man, allow it. But yeah, for me, definitely concerns about transfers that Liverpool made. And wasn't that it? It was just Gakpo, innit? That that they signed.
So far, yeah, I think.
I said so far. Listen, I can't see them doing anything else now. I'll be real. So yeah, that's the flops out the way. Okay, let's talk about the signings that surprised you in it. We'll start with Mike this time.
I mean, I would say, just like you said, Sabitzer sort of came out of nowhere. I hadn't even heard that we were linked with him at any point during this window. And he's a player that I rate. I rated him at Leipzig. I actually thought the move to Bayern wasn't a great career move because I knew that he wouldn't be guaranteed a starting position week in, week out. I've heard Paul Merson talk about, if he's not good enough to start for Bayern, then why should Man United want him? I think that's just weak analysis in my opinion. Just because someone may not be particularly sort of good enough to be in one environment doesn't mean they can't thrive in another. I can give you so many examples. Alexis Sanchez, one could argue, wasn't good enough to sort of stamp in a starting position at Barcelona, or like even moving forward. But yeah, he came to Arsenal and he shelled out. So even Kulusevski, for instance, at Juve, he wasn't playing week in, week out for Juventus, and yet he came to Tottenham, and he's been one of their best players since he came. So all of that doesn't really matter, to be fair. So yeah, I would say Sabitzer's a nice surprise for us. To not like bias aside, I think he's a good player, and I think he should do well for us.
I hear that. Fair enough. What about you, Ron? What transfer surprised you this window, my guy?
I say a transfer out. I think João Cancelo leaving Man City. I mean, that was a shock. I mean, waking up one morning hearing that news, and I was thinking, why did he let him go? But it seems like he's fallen out with Pep, and they come to a pass where they let him go on a loan as well with a 17 million option to buy. So I think that transfer is a bit left field, and you could tell even after the was it FA Cup match, the words that Pep said about him, saying that he was on the training field and he's not happy that Aki's playing left back and he's not happy at all. So I kind of like the business for them as well. I do like it's surprising, but I still like the business for them because that's what you do as a good team. They get rid of guys that don't want to be there and guys that not following your instructions or rules. So it's a good move for them, but it's still surprising. Such a good player, they let him go without just like that. It's a bit crazy.
Yeah, no facts. I mean, at the same time though, obviously, like I feel like the reason they're playing Ake is because defensively he's just more solid, isn't it? Like if in that FA Cup game, if that was Saka versus Cancelo, it'd probably be a different game. But Ake is more he's more reliable in that defense. Obviously, he doesn't offer as much going forward. But I think with the way obviously got on the right, Rico Lewis is like playing that inverted role. I don't think he needs both for his fullbacks playing inverted. So it's peak, but I think Cancelo could have been a bit more professional though. I don't really like that.
The weird thing with him is, and last season he was arguably their player of the season. You could throw in him or Bernardo Silva or Rodri, whatever, but he was one of their best players last season. And this season he started well, but for some reason, World Cup onwards, he's been shocking. Like the levels that he's dropped since the World Cup, even for Portugal, the manager switched him out. Switched him for Dalot during the World Cup. Like he was so bad for Portugal. I don't know what's gone wrong because some people say, he's just falling out with Pep, but even for Portugal, he wasn't good. So did the fallout with Pep come before that? We don't know. But the problem with Man City now is if Ake's to get injured, I think that Sergio Gomez guy, I don't think he's ready yet. So they might have some concerns at left back if Ake was to get injured.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I know there's been mixed reviews about Sergio. I think Sergio's gonna come good though. I think he's gonna come good. Listen, obviously deadline day. I'm going through the reports and that. Jed Spence to Rennes on loan. Oh my days. Kante's mocked him, Kante's fully mocked him, man. I can't
Bro,
believe it. I actually
bro,
can't believe it.
I told you, bro. I told you. I said when Dead Spence signed, Conte said it's a nice little signing for the club, bro. Like even
Yeah.
the way he phrased it, considering English isn't his first language, yeah, he phrased it in such a clear and precise way. He basically said, "I'm not playing this brother. This guy is not my guy." So, bro, I'm not even like it's a shock. Obviously, Ren is a bit like it's a bit mad, but I'm not shocked that he sent him out on loan though.
Bro, I can't, man. I can't because listen, when Jed Spence played against us last season in the FA Cup, he teared us up, man. Martinelli couldn't beat him. He was running rampant down the right. I was like, yo, this guy's decent. And then I don't know, man. I don't know if Conte's going to his head, but going to loan on Rennes, it's never from Spurs. Is never a good sign for your career. I can't see him staying there in the summer if Conte's still in charge. Another one that surprised me, but who's really fallen off, a bit under the radar, is Ayoze Perez. He's gone to Real Betis on loan as well. I remember when he was at Newcastle, he was doing all right. Got the move to Leicester. I thought he was going to be the guy, but just didn't happen for him, innit? So he's gone to Betis
With
on
him
loan.
though, I feel like with him, he has sort of suffered the consequences of being played out of position. Because when he played for Newcastle, he played in a up front in a two, and then when he got brought to Leicester, he's predominantly played out wide, which isn't really his preferred position. So he's kind of just been sort of pushed to the wayside at Leicester, and yeah, you'll probably end up staying there, probably in Spain.
Yeah. It was time for him to leave, anyways. And also they've got that Tete guy as well, which I think he's quite a baller. He's a boy that's come to them, so I think it's time for him to leave, anyways. Like you said, I agree as well. He's played the wrong position the whole time. Because
Yeah,
Madison as well. Madison.
Yeah, of course, with Madison. I just thought Perez was gonna be decent in it. Another one that surprised me, but probably didn't surprise me, was Byron Gill going back to Seville on loan. This guy, bro, I don't get it, man. Like he looks
Wait,
physically.
Who have Tottenham signed?
Huh?
They've signed Porro and who?
And Danjuma.
Yeah, but yeah, he violated everything. My man violated everything still.
No. If he signed Danjuma, so it makes sense why Hill would go. Yeah.
Mm.
I know, but they're just messing Jill about because I swear they loaned him to Spain last season as well.
Yeah.
Where did he go? Was it Sociedad? I'm not too
It
sure.
was some team in Spain, but I know he went out on loan.
Yeah, so I don't know what's the deal with him, man. If you're Conte, what are you doing, man? Just let him go in it, really.
Maybe because with teams, right? There's some players that they just feel they will come good eventually in it, and they don't want to let them go in fear that they would go somewhere else and do
Yeah,
well.
Chelsea are the king of that.
Yeah, so they keep them and learn them out consistently, hoping that one time they'll just come back and just be different. But I think he's a good player. I don't know. I just don't think he's had a run of games yet at Tottenham because everyone says,
he hasn't.
Everyone says, he's weak and he's not physical enough for the Premier League. But how many players with his frame have we seen be successful in the Premier League? There's so many players with his frame.
Bro, Almiron's more suck than him, fam.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not always about that.
So this week talk, I'm not hearing it because there's bad sucked man that do well once you give him a run. But I've never seen Gil like start 3-4 games in a row. So I don't know. But yeah, there was a couple that surprised me. Obviously the big surprise, because I know Matt texted me as soon as he saw it, was Jorginho to Arsenal. Obviously we pursued Caicedo, couple bids turned down. Kroenke said he was open for making a third bid, but obviously with the Jorginho signing 12 mil, it's only a year with a option for an extension. I don't mind it. The reason I don't mind it is because if Partey gets injured, Elneny is out for the season. Lokonga can't play that role. I'm not saying he's dead.
He's gone out on loan, hasn't he? He's gone out to loan Chris Palace, hasn't he?
Has he? Lokonga gone? I didn't see it confirmed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so exactly. And even if he didn't go on loan, I can't rely on Lokonga in that role. As you saw in the FA Cup in the City game, as soon as he came on, City started to dominate more in the midfield. He doesn't know how to play the 6 role. He's not a 6. He didn't play 6 when he was in back when he was in Belgium, innit? He didn't play 6. He played in the 8 box to box thing. He doesn't know how to. His defensive awareness and positioning is awful. On the ball, he's a bit, especially in the first 5-10 minutes. His touches, bro, man had to chase. When you have to chase your touch, you know it's not a good day. And then he tried to get into the game as much as he could, but you could just see the drop off. And then obviously Partey had that injury to his ribs. So listen, I haven't seen Partey this fit since he's been at Arsenal, and the difference it made is massive. And when you look at Jorginho's stats, except for getting dribbled past and one-on-one physical duels, Jorginho actually has better stats than Partey in terms of balls in the final third, progressive passes, interceptions, and he reads the game very well. And the way we play, that's the kind of DM we would need anyway. It doesn't. You don't really need to be fast. Partey's not fast unless he's running against Anthony. Partey's not really a fast player, so we don't really need a pacey DM. Obviously, Caicedo's stats were only higher in breaking up play, which is obviously great. But the way Xhaka and Odegaard are like quite pressing, they break up play themselves. So the Jorginho signing is not the end of the world for me, like some of the Arsenal fans have been making out. My only concern is his motivation, because when you're going from Chelsea to Arsenal, are you gonna be fired up to play for Arsenal like that? Probably not. But what's your man's take on it? Because I know Matt has something to say. I see him with his little smile.
No, actually, let Ron go first.
I quite like it. I quite like it for you guys. I think he fits your team quite well. Your possession heavy team. He loves playing possession. I don't see the problem with it, and I think he's quite a smart, intelligent player as well. He likes to play the ball. Only thing I have with him, he's very slow, isn't he? He's very slow. And I feel like you could end up with Xhaka, him, and Odegaard in your midfield, and your midfield goes from like a really good midfield to like a really bad one. So you guys get run over quite easily. But I quite like the move for you guys. I think it's a cheap one. It's 12 million. It's Caicedo can come in summer if you need him. So I don't know. I quite like what you guys are doing. I quite like your business.
That's the plan. The fact that we've only bought Jorginho for a year, I think the plan is because Caicedo or Rice is the priorities.
Ooh, Caicedo, please. You best not get Rice. Please don't get Rice.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised because I thought you would have a problem with it. To be fair, I was telling my brother today, who's an Arsenal fan, that I'm not sure how you would take it, but I'm fully in support of this move, bro. And that's just the thing, right?
Of course you are. You up?
Jorginho is one of those players, yeah, because he's not quick, and we have this virus in the modern game where whenever a player is not quick, we completely we sort of forget or eliminate all of their actual attributes. And one thing with him is he is one of the sort. I know this might sound mad, but as a ball playing, deep lying playmaker, he's one of the best in his position, and he proved it in 2021. Chelsea won the Champions League. Italy won the Euros. He's the only common denominator out of those two situations. And I know people can say, but was he the top 5 player in this? Was he the top 5 player in that? No, that doesn't matter. The point is, he was the only player in both teams, and both teams made very exceptional runs in both tournaments. Now, he's coming in to be a backup. He's not coming in to start. He knows this. And with regards to your point about the motivation, Arteta would have spoken to him. Now, not to say that it doesn't mean he can't sort of fake it till he makes it kind of thing and just sort of make it seem like he's motivated just so that he can get the move. But at the end of the day, he's agreed to come. From what I've been told, there's been no pushback. He didn't resist. He didn't say, "Oh no, I want to stay at Chelsea and fight for my place." But Chelsea just forced him out. It's been an amicable.
No one wants to fight for 10th.
Huh?
That's because they're 10th. If they man were in top 2, top 3, he's not moving.
No, but he could have the mindset of, with all the players that they've been signing, he believes in the projects and stuff and how he would like to stay and see it through. But at the end of the day, it's 12 million. It's 1.5 years. It's to complement. It's to play back up to Partey in games where, for instance, I look at a couple of games like the Southampton game, like the Leeds game, where you guys have let things sort of get out of hand. Jorginho would be a nice player to bring in, maybe take off an attacking midfielder in those games, bring him in to just sort of see the game out, keep the ball, and frustrate the other team. He'll be very useful in those kind of games. And also, he'd be useful in games where you're struggling to break a team down who's sitting back and you just need someone who can just keep the ball moving, retain the ball whenever you lose it in situations where you're trying to keep pressure on the team and maybe they're clearing the ball out and you guys are not sort of retaining the ball well when maintaining attacks. He'd be useful in those positions as well. So, in my opinion, I think it's a good signing. I think the only sort of games where I think he may be a liability is in 50-50 games. Like maybe games against Liverpool, you probably don't want to see him. Games against City, you probably don't want to see him. Potentially, obviously, you're done with us for the season, but if you were to play us at Old Trafford, you probably wouldn't want to see him in that kind of game. But those are only a handful of games. In all the other games where you guys will most likely dominate possession, Jorginho would be a very useful player to have in the team.
Fair enough. For sure. I mean, I agree with you. That's why I'm not too pressed. And as I said, at the end of the day, it strengthens our bench. I look at our bench now with the additions of Trossard and Jorginho and the young centre back we signed, and it looks much stronger now. So yeah,
Also,
I'm happy. Someone's mic crackling. I don't know if it's mine.
It's mine good.
Yeah, it's all right now. Yeah, that's
also
calm.
as well. Caicedo, however you pronounce his name. I'm sorry, but he's not worth 70 million. Like, get me out of this place now, bro. He is not worth 70 million. I was so shocked that you guys bid that much. Like, don't get it twisted. He's a good player, but let's be real. He is another example of a modern day midfielder with energy who's just been overrated. He's not worth 70 million. If you want to ask me how much should he be worth in today's market, I would say 40. If you're pushing me beyond 40, I don't want to pay it. But I mean, you guys were ready to pay 70. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he's 20. He's 21, and we know how it is in the Prem. If a young player comes into the Prem and starts doing well, there's 40, 50 million added on top. And I also think as well, it's a case of it's Messi. He was integral to the way they've been playing, even though they're clearly sure they can win without him. And as I said, he's young, and as well, Brighton. Not only are Brighton doing well, but because they've lost so many players, Trossard, White, Cucurella, they don't start losing too many players till they start falling down and finishing 14th, 15th. Because Brighton clearly have higher ambitions than that. So I think there's more of a indicator there that they don't want to let him go on the cheap. I mean, he was trying to force the move as well. Bit confused as to why, if I'm Brighton, why I'm happy to allow a team to allow a player to stay when this guy really doesn't want to stay, bro. Like, I can't lie, it's gonna cause a bit of headache in the thing. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out. We'll see how it pans out. What hearing I'm having some trouble with the mic. Is it better now? Is it still crackling?
Yeah, no, it still sounds.
Right, one sec.
You're on mute, by the way.
Am I still looking up the shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me leave and come back. One sec.
Yeah, you have to.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like continuing on from the Caicedo thing, like I was extremely shocked when Arsenal bid that amount, because usually Arsenal are the team that they don't usually want to overpay for players, especially with their previous experience when they've done that with someone like Pepe. You wouldn't usually associate Arsenal spending that much money on a player, and the one time they did, he turned out to be what he turned out to be. And so when I saw that they bid 70 million, I was completely shocked.
I agree with you. He's not worth something. He doesn't seem to possess the same abilities as. Is my mic messed up as well?
Yeah, yours is as well. Is it you?
It's me as well. When I'm speaking as well, I can hear it.
Yeah. You're a scat. Yeah. You're a scat.
Yeah. Let me leave and come back as well.
Yo, what you saying? Is that better?
Nah, I don't. Bro, Ron's mic was.
Yeah, I can't even hear you, fam.
You can't hear me.
One sec. I can't hear you now.
I mean, I haven't said anything, but
speakers. Yo, I can hear you now. What are you saying?
your mic is still doing the scatty thing. So was his as well. He's knocked out.
Oh, I wonder what that is then.
Maybe let me leave and come back in. Maybe let me see if it's me that's bringing the whole thing.
Alright, say nothing. Sorry about this, people. Technology in it. A couple 40 mics and that. But I don't know if it's the mic or the Wi-Fi still. What I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna bust the YouTube myself and then see if it's sounding booky on my thing. No, it's sounding live, bro. Sounding live. It's these man. These imposters, man.
That's better. That's way better.
It's not me in it. I just checked the YouTube. My mic sounding clean, rude boy.
Yeah, it might be Matt.
No, Matt is you, fam.
It was you the whole time.
Bro, I had a feeling still.
Yeah, man, be pressing buttons, checking settings.
That's the Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi contamination there, bro. Like,
nah. Oh my days. I can't even remember what man was saying before I jumped out.
We're talking about overpaying for Caicedo.
Oh yeah. And obviously, like Brighton have been losing key players in it, so they're gonna have to start overcharging now. And I won't be surprised if in the summer someone's gonna try to sign Mitoma in it. Chelsea probably gonna put in 200 million for him the way he's playing. So I won't be surprised. Obviously moving on already half an hour in. Please guys drop a little comment, get the page a bit more active for engagement and all of that. Couple more surprises that I've seen, not mad surprises, but Fabio Silva, he's gone PSV on loan. I thought he was a good prospect, but he hasn't really done anything for me. Wolves struggling to score goals this season, and they clearly didn't think he was the solution, so he's gone. Don't know if you man.
That guy's an FM wonder kid, man. Yo,
yeah,
based
on
the FM, I thought he was gonna be amazing. Then in real life, I saw him play a couple games of Wolves, and I think this guy stinks, man. He doesn't offer no threat. He's just a slight Portuguese guy that running around the pitch. He's not very good, is he? So I'm glad he's gone. And who they signed to replace him? I'm sorry, who they signed? Which striker they signed in? The Kuna guy from Atletico Madrid.
Did they sign him?
Yeah, they did sign him, didn't they? The Louvre on loan, and he's a good replacement for them. And he's a good replacement. So I think their business has gone on the radar. But they're like 20th in the league, aren't they? They're having a terrible season.
20.
No, are they 17th? I don't know where they are. They're having a terrible season. Let me check.
Yeah, Wolves. I don't know what's going on because
they have a good team, don't they? So check the table.
What do you reckon? I don't know because I thought their team was alright. Like on paper, their team's not that bad.
But in real life, they're 17th. They're 17th, so they're 17th, so they're having a terrible season.
Struggling.
I guess the only way.
Well,
Go on.
No. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say they have too much of a good team to struggle, so I don't think they'll have any problems this season. They'll be fine.
We'll see, man. I can't lie though. I can see them, Everton, and Southampton going down. That's my predictions. Another one that's not surprised me, but his career hasn't really gone to what I expected. Todd Cantwell, he's gone Rangers. If you ever go to the Prem, from Prem to the Scottish under the age of 26, it's not good, bro. It's not good. Hopefully, you can rejuvenate his thing. Danny Ings going to West Ham. I was surprised by that. This guy just loves playing in clarinet and blue, innit? But he's gone. Didn't really do what Villa fans thought he was going gonna do. Like he had moments, but I'm a bit concerned about that one because like Villa for me, they don't have a striker that's gonna get 20 goals, and I thought Danny Ings was probably the closest to that. Correct me if I'm
He
wrong.
should he should
Ollie
he should
Watkins is
never
not
have
gonna
gone
score you
there.
20 goals. Yeah, but
He should
he
never
shouldn't have
have
stayed
gone.
at Southampton.
Bro, I
Him
think he
going to
probably
Villa
should
from
have stayed at
Southampton is
Southampton.
nah. Him going from Southampton to Villa is a good career move.
Wasn't that Burnley?
That's
Wasn't that
Back
Burnley?
on Park.
yeah, yes, and it's a good career move in terms of the club, but in terms of his sort of position as a striker now, because by going to Aston Villa, you were going to a team that already had Watkins that weren't known for playing two strikers up front. So he went there knowing that, yo, is either I'm gonna play or he's gonna play. And clearly Watkins has been favoured majority of the time. So yeah, that one I'm not too surprised he's left there.
I'm surprised, but maybe he can battle it out of Antonio for the West Ham. We'll see. But to be fair, I wouldn't really play Ings over Antonio, so we'll see how that one pans out. Chris Wood, he's gone to Forest on loan. I feel like it's decent for Forest, I guess ish. But I was surprised when Newcastle grabbed him anyway. I was like, what was the point of this? Obviously, when Isaac came in, I was like, yeah, Wood's definitely gone. What do you need Wood? Wood's not touching the pitch, so is what it is. Another flop from Wolves as well. Cansado Guedes, bro, he was doing all right for Valencia, man. I thought he was gonna come over to the Prem and do okay. Not bits, but I thought he would do okay in it. Like he just stunk out the gaff, man. And when you're going to Benfica and loan from Wolves again, guys, it's not looking good, bro. So yeah, a few players that didn't live up to expectation, but as I keep saying, and I'll keep saying it, the Prem is hard, man. The Prem's tough. If you can come and hack the Prem, listen, you're a decent player. Sarabia joining Wolves as well from PSG for cheap, man, 4.4 mil. I thought like back in
Good
the day,
signing.
if you told me
Good
Sarabia would go
signing.
Wolves for 4 mil, I thought
That's a good signing.
it's a good signing, bro.
Really good
4
signing.
mil, madness, man, madness. But yeah, obviously the big one as well, Modric to Chelsea. We did chop that one up a couple podcasts ago. Don't really need to delve into it, but I think that was the most expensive signing of the window. I don't think anything's been close to that. If anything, Chelsea spent quite a bit of cash. I know it's in installments anyway because they're trying to regulate with fair play and all that. And then obviously Weghorst to you, man. That's about it, man. You saying you're starting number 9, you man enjoying him, yeah?
Hit and miss. He's hit and miss. I
Man,
think
that's silent, bro.
he's hit and miss. He's hit and miss. Hit and miss.
No, bro, I like him, bro. I don't know why everyone's like. So I don't know. At the end of the day, like I said last week, if you look at the profile of striker that Ten Hag has been trying to sign for Manchester United, Weghorst fits that profile to a T. And at the end of the day, he has been brought in to be a backup. Martial can't keep fit, so Weghorst has been brought in. Which other striker, realistically, could we have got in January?
None. I agree with you, none. But I just think he doesn't fit. He doesn't score goals. He's not a goal scorer. I'm watching him press.
Just watching him press. Andy Carroll, fam.
Yeah, you're just watching him press. I'm just watching him press all game, just run around all game. I just think his link up play is not as good as I thought he was because I expected him to be a great link up player. He's not, and he's literally just watching Bruno and Anthony just shoot and he's just standing in the box. So I don't know. It's gonna be a long season for him. It's gonna be a long season just running around.
I said he's watching them shoot.
That's what he's doing, bro. Watching the ball go over his head. You know, every time just watching the ball go over your head. it's gonna be a hard long season.
Yeah, man. In terms of like big signings or big names in January, obviously that's probably about it. Nothing too surprising. I feel like most teams filled in areas except for Liverpool that they needed strengthening in. Spurs got the right back and the winger. They definitely needed that. You man got your 9. Sabitz is a good addition. So sort out the centre mid. For me now, probably just need a right back because Wan-Bissaka great defensively, but offers nothing going forward. Um, for us, we needed a DM. We got a DM. We needed another centre back left side because holding scares me. We got that. We got another winger because we can't just burn out Saka and Martinelli, and we got that. So I'm if I had to rate my transfer window out of 10 because of the hype and then the drop off with the Mudryk and Caicedo, I'll probably have to give it a 6. We got everything done what we needed to do, but let's be real, we didn't get our priority targets, so I'll give it a 6. What about you, Ron? What would you rate your window out of 10?
Manchester United's window,
Yeah.
1. 1. I think we only signed 2 players. No, Sabitzer makes it a 3. Sabitzer makes it a 3. Okay, he's come through, so it's made it a 3. But I think we've got loads of competitions to play. We're playing every single 3 days. We're playing every single 3 days. We've got no backups. Barely our backups are all crap. We've got squad players that don't even want to be here anymore. So Maguire doesn't want to be here. Got those guys don't want to be here. We've got Maguire. It seems Maguire doesn't want to be here. Who else as well? Lindelof didn't want to be here. He was linked to move away. We just got a lot of deadwood that don't want to be here, and then we're not going to replace it. So we're just keeping them for no reason. Like literally, like Martial should not even be in the squad. He should be leaving, but we can't. We have no money. So I'm just thinking we're relying on players that are not good enough. So now, because I'm thinking, if once Casemiro gets injured, our next backup is McTominay. Once now Eriksen's injured as well for to the end of the season, we've got Sabitzer, which is a good signing. But I don't know. I'm not enjoying watching someone like Chelsea do so much stuff and watching you guys do so much stuff and watching even Tottenham do good deals as well and watching us just be quietly just signing the market, just relying on the low market. We're literally praying for loans. We're literally praying for loans at this moment. That's what we're looking for. We're looking in the loan closet. We're looking for players that are unfavored by teams, obviously. Like I know what happened. You know what happened? I think happened. They messaged Bayern Munich about Gravenberch. Yeah, and they said, no, we can't sell you Gravenberch. You can submit instead. And we said, yeah. That's what's happening right now. It's dead. We're dead. We're dead team. We're dead team right now. That's how I feel. But yeah, I'll give it a 3. Matt, what do you think?
Is my mic okay?
No, out of 10, what would you give your United window?
Is the mic okay?
Oh, your mic.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. It comes in and out. It gets good and then gets bad again, but it's all right.
I'd give it 5. I think because one thing about the January transfer window is you always have to look at it in context. So obviously we've seen Chelsea do what they've just done, but let's be real, it's kind of a freakish. What Chelsea have done in this window is kind of freakish. Usually teams are not this active in the transfer window. It happens once every sort of 3-4 years. The January transfer window is the hardest transfer window to try and get things done. Like for instance, I think if Arsenal had bid, if this was the summer and Arsenal bid 70 million for Caicedo, they probably would accept it. They probably might have even accepted your 70 million bid for Mudryk if this was the summer. So the January transfer window has to be sort of analysed in context. And I think considering the fact that we spent quite a lot in the summer and we obviously didn't get any, we didn't sell anyone in the summer. We didn't get much money from any sales in the summer. And the fact that we needed to just sort of bring in like end of the season fillers essentially. So we've brought in Weghorst on loan and we've brought in Sabitzer on loan. Nothing has said that they're going to be permanent signings for us yet. So simply for the fact that we just needed some emergency signings and needed people that can fill in a role and do your job, I would say it's been an average window. Yes, would it have been nice to get people, but like I said, this window is not very realistic. And in terms of the people that, getting rid of the people that don't want to be here, I would say that's more for the summer. We are not in a position now to be getting rid of players. Even Martial, the manager likes Martial. As soon as the manager came in, he said Martial was going to be his 9. I remember he told there was a period during the season where we were winning games 1-0 and we weren't playing well going forward, but we were defending well. And Ten Hag told Neville and Carragher, that basically the reason why we are not playing was because Martial's not playing. So for us to think that the manager might feel that Martial needs to leave, I think that's far from the truth. With regards to Lindelof, I actually think Lindelof will probably be more content with being in the position he's in now, where he doesn't have to be the starting centre-back week in, week out. I think this role actually suits him. With Maguire, I feel like he probably won't be content with it because the British media has probably sort of pumped him up to believe that he's way better than he actually is. But even with regards to that, Maguire is actually the fifth choice centre-back now. So whether he stays or goes doesn't actually make a difference to our team, because the manager would rather put Luke Shaw centre-back than put Maguire there. So with that being said, I think the winner is a 5 out of 10. I think the squad as it is now is not great. It's not good enough to sort of do anything amazing, but yet the manager still, he's still doing a great job. So see us to the end of the season, I think is what the squad is good enough to do. If we can get top four and win a trophy, I think that's a brilliant first season. And I think we've got the squad to do that as currently constructed. So 5 out of 10.
No, very well, very well. Obviously, it's just funny the contract. The one was screaming one, so the big difference. But I guess if I was giving my opinion on it, I'd say a strong 3.5. A healthy 3.5. Like if you're drunk enough, you'll take it home. One of them ones. But if you man had to rate Arsenal window, what would you say?
Wait, did you say if you're drunk, you take it home? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You're a joke, man. Arsenal's window, I'll say it's a 7. I think it's enough for you guys to win the title. You guys did about enough to win the title. I think getting Caicedo win for 70 million is a lot of money, like Matt said as well. So I'm kind of happy that you guys didn't do it as well, because it's all right. It's all right. He's a good player, but it's all right. You guys can live without it. And getting Jorginho in, whatever his name is, into your team, it makes your team better. So I think it's a 7. I think from now on you can push on to win the title. I think it could have been higher if you had got Mudryk in. If you got Mudryk in, that could be a 10. That could be a 10 because he's a player. But
yeah, he's a player, but the way
7.
Trossard's come in those spells is
he's been good. He was good. He was good. He was good in the City
please.
game. Yeah, he's good in the City game as well. He was good. He seemed very dynamic as well. Very, very sharp as well. He seems like he's match fit as well, ready to play as well. And he seems like he's ready to take Martinelli on as well. He's not trying to lie down and give the spot away like some people do.
Yeah, this is what we need, because I want Martinelli to be on his A game. Because when Martinelli's on his A game, like how he started this season, because he's been dropping off a bit. Hopefully, this fires him up. But when Martinelli came on against City, he looked interested still. He was making things happen. What about you, Matt, though? Quick number on Arsenal's transfer window.
Yeah, just like I said, January transfer window needs to be analysed in context, and I think what you guys have been able to do, I'm not going to really sort of consider the centre back you bought in this, because I've not watched him play, so I really don't know what to expect from him. But I think Mudryk, from the little that we've seen, he could be a better signing in the long term. But I think for the remainder of this season, it wouldn't surprise me if Trossard ends up having a better sort of 6 months than Mudryk has for Chelsea. And so with that being said, just for the remainder of this season, if someone was to tell me that, for the remainder of the season, Trossard will be a better signing than Mudryk would have been if he came, I wouldn't, at this point, I wouldn't disagree. So I think the Trossard signing is a good one. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up starting as the season goes on. I wouldn't be surprised, because he does have a knack for scoring goals as well. And obviously with the Jorginho signing that we've just spoke about, yeah, I don't mind giving it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, cool. Breaking news, as you guys can see on the bottom, Enzo has signed for Chelsea for a world record British Premier League fee. Chelsea, man, 120 mil. I think it's a bit of a risk. I genuinely think it's a bit of a risk. Okay, cool. He had a good World Cup. He's young, but McAllister had a good World Cup. I'm not going to spend 120 million on McAllister, and he's playing in a better league.
Oh, can I speak?
Go for it.
Yeah, man, I saw you looking excited, innit?
See, there's the thing. I didn't want them to sign him. And this is what I'm going to say to you, right? A couple of players for Argentina had, good, very, very good World Cups. Obviously, Messi was obviously Messi, but you said McAllister had a good World Cup. He did. But for me, in that World Cup, Enzo looked special. McAllister did not look special in the World Cup. He just had a good World Cup. In my opinion, Alvarez didn't look special in the World Cup. He just played well. Enzo looked like a special player during that World Cup. Now, is that enough to warrant being bought for 100 and whatever million? How much is it? 105? 120 million?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. In fact, no, I know it's not. But I feel that Chelsea have got a star in their hands, bro. And if he performs in a few years' time, nobody's going to worry about the price. Now, I know people might say, oh, but then that could be the same with Caicedo. My thing with Caicedo is not special. Caicedo is just the modern day energy, high intensity, deep lungs midfielder. Enzo is more than that. Enzo has quality on the ball. Like Enzo's quality, whether it's passing, whether it's even dribbling his dribbling is quite good. And his shooting on the ball is exceptional. Plus, he has the ability to break up play as well. So he's almost a complete midfielder. So, bro, if this works, bruv, then we're in trouble.
Big trouble. Big
No,
trouble.
we're not in trouble. More than that for me personally. They need more than that. But we'll see what happens. I've seen Chelsea splash P like this before. I don't know what's gonna happen. But what I do know is gonna happen is their season's already finished. So I'm not too concerned in that sense. No, big man. It's already finished. These men are on 29 points, bro. Are you deeping it, G? We have a game in hand and we're 21 points ahead of them.
Yeah, it's mad.
We are not losing. We're not losing 10 games in the remaining 19. We're not losing 10. So what are they going to do? And they're not winning. They're not winning 10 with the way they're playing. But also I heard as well.
Yeah, the Champions League. They are.
Now, I'm not saying they're going to win it, but let's not act like we've not seen below par Chelsea teams win a Champions League before. I'd even go as far as to say the 2 times they've won it, won it with
not this time.
teams.
Yeah, but
bro,
you
never know.
Before, when they did win it, they had a fit squad, man. They ain't got a fit squad that's ticking right now.
Bro, in 2012 when they won the Champions League, at different points throughout the competition, they had so many players injured and suspended, bro, and yet they still managed to do it. All I'm saying is, like I said, I'm not saying they're going to win the Champions League, but we have seen below par Chelsea teams win this year before. So you never know.
Yo, listen, Lau, my man, Lau is talk. Bro. Chelsea ain't winning nothing. The Champions League's going to Napoli. We can all see that.
What?
Anyway, also another thing. Another thing. Napoli winning the Champions League. Bro. Watch this space. Yo, another thing I seen as well was Chelsea are trying to dispatch Aubameyang to Everton before the deadline day finished.
Oh.
Yo, Kingslee, did I not tell you? Yo, did I not tell you, Kingslee? Did I not tell you that out of who their players now, even with how bad Gallagher is been, Aubameyang is their worst player, bro. I told you this.
Oh wow!
Well,
Wow.
He gets. I've seen a couple of Chelsea games. Yeah, he gets no service. He gets no through balls. He gets no tapping. He gets nothing. There's no creativity. He didn't get an over top ball to run onto. He gets nothing. He can't hold up the ball. So if you pass him to feet, he can't do nothing when you pass it to feet. I'm an Arsenal fan. Listen, I've never seen Aubameyang hold up the ball well. Lacazette was far better than holding him up. But Lacazette had no end product. So it was like, what do we do? Because I want to play lack of hold up, but I need Aubameyang to finish. I don't know why we stopped playing both of them at the same time because it worked. But anyway, that's another story. So yeah, he gets no service. G. When he went to Barca, he got service and he bagged goals. So this idea that Aubameyang is dead is harsh, bro. He gets no service, bro. He goes to the self checkout service when he goes shopping, bro. That's how bad it is.
Bro,
Peak.
at the end of the day,
But,
you have to apply yourself as a man, bro. You have to make yourself a focal point. You can't just be hanging on the shoulder of the last defender and waiting for the ball to come to you. You have to apply yourself.
Yeah, but he's not
And
good. He's not good on the ball. He knows his game. He's not good on the ball. He's not going to come asking for it. He wants to get in behind.
Yeah, well, and that's why he's going to be playing for Everton, bro.
Yeah, mad. Obviously, time has eluded us. We're going to talk about very quickly, FA Cup. Obviously, we got our predictions that we made. Let me bang those up now. Cool. So we'll start with City Arsenal. That was the game on Friday. I watched that game. I was very impressed. Team, I'll be real. Only change City made was Edison for that other keeper. I forgot his name. I don't. Excuse me. I don't hear people say, "Oh, Rico Lewis's second team," because he's been playing. He's been playing quite consistently over Walker recently. I think City put out their strongest team. Well, yeah, man, they put out a very strong team. Like, I don't understand this talk about they didn't play a strong team. In my opinion, City played a strong team. We made 6 changes. Yo, Matt, hold your horse, bro, because I already know you're there, eager to cuss Arsenal, innit? We made 6 changes, yeah, and we made our whole back line was changed. Bearing in mind, we've got the second best defensive league in second best defensive record in the league. Our whole back line was changed. Yeah, at half time, we put on Bambi on ice 0.2 in CDM. Vieira played, and yeah, he's a ghost for like 75 minutes in every game I've seen him play. Obviously, and then Trossard was good, and Ketia didn't get much service. I'll be real, he didn't really look like he wanted to work too hard either, and Saka was just in Ake's pocket for the whole game. But for our B team, and when you check the stats as well, when I watched the game, that match could have went either way. I mean, Haaland couldn't even beat Holden, bro. Holden was literally holding him for his life. And then obviously Ake scored a nice, cute little finish. But I'll be real, man. City went threatening. When they come to the Emirates, they're gonna hold corn, man. They're gonna hold corn. Like, yo, live corn, like 6-7. They're holding that. Big man thing, I'm not fearful of this City team. Bring on the citizens, man. Bring you man on, because when Saliba came on, Haaland was stressing. I seen him grabbing his shirt, kicking his legs. Man even phoned his mum like, yo, tell my man to allow it. I'm telling you, Haaland was struggling. So listen, I'm ready to play City. Matt, you're itching. I can see the chicken pox on you, itching to say something. So go on, say what you need to say.
Bro,
Just
you're
crackle and
bugging.
pop, mate.
Look, yeah. At the end of the day, with what you said about City, due to the fact that with City's whole squad, there isn't a large difference between the players that they have. So really and truly, you don't really know when City's second team is being played out. Let's be real. If Pep told you, okay, I'm gonna play Grealish, Haaland, and Mahrez, you might think, oh, that's his first choice. But then if he told you, you know what, I'm gonna play Haaland, Foden, and Bernardo, you might think that's his first choice. It's horses for courses with City. So I don't know. The point about the squad.
Listen.
I don't.
The words first team did not come out of my mouth. I said they played a strong squad.
Okay.
That was a strong squad.
Okay, yeah. You said they played a strong team. All right, cool, fair enough. With you lot, the problem with you lot was the players who are supposed to be in your strongest team didn't play well. Saka got back pocketed by Ake. Like you said, in Ketia, I mean, he huffed and puffed, but I don't know. He seemed to be on the periphery of the game. Obviously, when Marcelli came on, he was okay. I mean, he had a few threatening moments, but his end product was poor in most of them. Trossard looked bright. Odegaard came on, I think, didn't really do much as well. So, look, at the end of the day, you're right. Like, the game was a 50-50 game. Haaland is not my guy, so you don't need to to gloat in my face that he was pocketed by Oldham because Haaland did it by a guy, innit? But you know what I'd say? The win from City it wasn't a convincing enough win for them to have any confidence or any sort of boosted confidence heading into the game against you lot in the Premier League. And for you lot, the loss wasn't it wasn't bad enough for you guys to be any less confident heading into the games against them in the Premier League. So I would say
that's why I said bring them on, bro.
The only thing that is that you're out of a trophy. So, you know.
Yeah, the most irrelevant one though. So I'm good with that, man. Obviously, like, don't get me wrong, I want to win any trophy possible, but if I had to sacrifice one, then that's the one I will happily sacrifice, my guy. I'm not even too fussed about Europa League because you win Europa League, you get put into Champions League. We're getting top 4 regardless. So I'm confident. I'm confident. But yeah, because of time, we'll move on quickly. You said that City 2-0 and that Alvarez would score. Cap. Obviously, it was 1-0. I said 2-1 Arsenal, so we both got it wrong. Nothing happening there. Preston Spurs, I got it spot on.
Wait, hold on. It means I get the point.
Why?
Because I got the
result.
The
Yeah. All right, calm down. However, I'm coming back strong because I got the Preston thing on lock. 3-0 Spurs. Obviously, you got the result, but I got the score. So that's 3 points for me. That puts me on 24. So you're on 32. I'm on 24. Man United Reading. You said 3-0. I said 2-0. Ended up being 3-1. I bet you was vexed when Reading scored. So obviously that's the point shared. What else? Liverpool, Brighton. Yo, I said to you, Brighton were gonna touch. Yo, I got it spot on. I said Brighton would win 2-1, and I said Matoma would score. I got it spot on. Yo, listen, I was gassed. You said 2-0 Liverpool. Yo, you're on mute.
Liverpool win.
Huh?
I didn't say Liverpool would win.
You said Liverpool would win 2. Oh no. Sorry. Ron said Liverpool would win 2-0. Sorry. Yeah, no. Ron said Liverpool would win 3-0. He was bugging. I even said to him, if Liverpool win 3-0, I'll let you have the same amount of points as me in the league.
Yeah.
So we both got 2-1 right, but obviously I got the bonus with Matoma.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
So I'm catching up, man. 6 points behind now from 10. So it was a good week for me.
Wait, hold on. You getting the 3 points for Tottenham, that put you on 24. And it put me on 32.
Yeah, put me on 24, but then I got the United right.
So that put you on 25. That put me on 33.
And then I got 4 now.
And then you got 4, so that put you on 29. And that should put me on.
And you're on 36.
36.
Oh, sorry, I'm 7 points behind. 7 points.
7. Okay. 7. All right, cool.
Man's fully doing the maths like it's some official league as well. You waste, man. Yo, man was looking fast, man. Did. But no, that was the predictions for last week. So let's now do the predictions for this weekend. Let me get the games up. Do you know who you man got?
Ooh, who have we got? Is it Leeds?
Oh yeah, Newcastle beat Southampton 2-1 in the semi-finals. So they're in the finals.
Who scored?
Yo, Longstaff got a brace. However, Bruno Guimaraes got sent off. so he might not be in the final. I don't know how it works. I don't know if he misses the next Prem game or if he misses the cup game.
Yeah, well, I'd have to check that.
I'm not too sure how it works. Okay, the 12:30 kickoff is Everton versus Arsenal at Goodison Park. I'm saying 4-0 Arsenal.
You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb
Okay,
here.
about the new manager.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm
Nketiah
gonna go.
scoring.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think I'm gonna say 1-1. Yeah, new manager bounce, bro. I'm gonna say 1-1. Is that Goodison, right? Yeah, it's 1-1.
Who's scoring?
I'm taking risks. I've still got a 7-point lead, so I can afford to take risks. Damari
Yeah,
will
man.
score.
That's great. Yeah, allow it. Yeah, that's getting clipped. Just I'm banging that on the next podcast. United Palace.
At Old Trafford. Okay. Yeah, we're winning still. 2-0. Where Coastal bag.
Go on, sniff today, a lie.
You're on mute. Still can't hear you. Bro. Yeah, I'm not sure where Kingslee.
Yo, enough technical issues today, man.
Yeah. So what did you say for our game?
Oh, your mic sounds much better now, though. It must have been a Wi-Fi thing. No, I'm saying that's 0-0. I said if Rashford doesn't score, no one scores.
Did Rashford score against Reading?
Yeah.
No, he
So
didn't. Casemiro scored twice and
Oh no, Fred scored.
Fred
Yeah,
scored.
yeah. My bad. I'm just used to. No, Rashford scored against Forest, didn't it? That's why. Wolves, Liverpool. Goodness gracious, two awful teams.
1-1.
1-1. No, I think
The only thing I don't
can't
want
see Wolves
Liverpool to
even.
win any game. I don't want Liverpool to win any games, bro, because sometimes with sports, bro, all it takes is one victory to just turn things around, bro. So we need them
No, I'll
kept
be
in the
real.
mud.
I can't even see Wolves scoring, man. I'll be real.
I hear that.
I'm gonna go for another 0-0, you know. Win it. Who's scoring for you though in the 1-1?
Bro, I don't even know. Bro, Darwin Nunes off the bench.
Say
If
less.
that's
Tottenham City, big one.
Tottenham who?
Tottenham and City. That's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
You know what? I think City will edge it. 2-1. 2-1 City. City might edge it.
I'm gonna say 3-2 Tottenham. Who's scoring for you?
Mahrez.
Obviously, I want to play it safe. Kane. And then lastly, Chelsea, Fulham. Both for London derby there.
Chelsea will beat them this time around. 2-1 Chelsea.
I don't know, you know. I don't know. Who's scoring for you then?
Bro, that's a tough one as well, bro. Havertz.
Yeah. I'm going to say 1-1. Modric to get his debut goal. We'll see how it pans out, people. Yes, obviously that's the transfers wrapped up. FA Cup and the predictions for the Premier League starting on Friday with Chelsea and Fulham. And then we'll be back on Monday, guys, man. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Have a good week. Pew.